Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you about a few things about this woman that is actually married to one of my ex-boyfriends. Now he's not an ex-boyfriend. My man passed away a couple of years ago in a car accident. And I'm still grieving over him and wishing he was here with me today. We had a lot of plans. He was fixing to retire, as I am retired, and we were going to go places and just live our life to the fullest. But he's gone. But anyway, I want to talk about toxic people. Now, I'm not perfect. Please understand that. I am not perfect. I will never be perfect. But I did open a can of worms the other day. Well, this lady is married to an old ex of mine. And she just, on YouTube, just runs her mouth about her exes, her ex-boyfriend, how toxic they were. She is what you call attention seeker. Attention seekers they like attention. Not only do they like attention, they make money off their stories. And honey, she's got some stories. She loves to come up with these stories, and she'll get in books and read things to you. She's very toxic, very, in the past, a bad person. Now, she talked about this family, her stepson, and that her mother came and got him after her husband passed away. Thank God she got that boy, because if not, there's no telling really what would have happened, because she deserted her two daughters and left with another man. I mean, she just leaves with men after men after men. And it just goes on and on. So she was talking about her stepson really, really bad, about that family, about her dead husband's ex-wife and kids. Well, his ex-wife and I got together, and I said, I cannot believe that this lady sat there and told some horrible, horrible stories about y'all and about her stepson. And it was just horrible how he was raped, how he did this on drugs. I mean, on and on and on. It was horrible. And when we reached each other, we're like, we can't believe that she even said something like that. So the ex contacted her and told her what she thought about the whole situation, about the story she's telling, about her son, about her dead husband, life insurance, all this. But there's always two sides of stories to everything, y'all. Remember that. There's always two sides of stories about everything. I wasn't there. I don't know what was going on. I only know the stories that she tells. And she's good at her stories. But anyway, not just toxic, it's also a narcissist. And I had to write this down because it's a true fact. A narcissist's favorite gaslighting tactic is to push you until you're angry. Like she did me. She pushed me until I got angry. Then shame you for reacting. For them, it's almost like entertainment. And it is. It's entertainment to her. She likes to go on and on and on and on. Okay, now I did, like I said, I opened a can of worms. She used to leave me bad messages about oh, I'm with your ex-boyfriend now, we're gonna get married, blah blah blah, and then, which was fine with me because there's a story. Believe me, there's a story behind her husband. Um, her husband, like I said, is an old ex of mine, and he lived with his mother. Yes, he lived with his mother. And if you go back and look at my YouTube channel, I have already talked about him and what he has done to his mother. It was horrible, y'all. It was horrible. Excuse the truck coming, but we're fixing to get the garbage truck. So excuse the noise. Here it comes. But anyway, let's get back to her first. Like I said, hold on. And they're real nice garbage people. They'll wave. Next door, and I'm next. Okay. Okay, now he's getting my garbage. But now let's get back to her, not my old ex-boyfriend. Let's get back to her. I opened a can of worms. Yes, I did. It was my fault. I reacted, and I shouldn't have reacted, but I reacted, and I sent her a message on Facebook showing what her dead husband's ex-wife had to say about her. And if y'all look on my YouTube, you can see everything that she said. And like I said, between them two, it's got drama. But with us, now, she is saying that I keep writing her notes, I keep doing this, I keep doing that. I ain't done nothing. She says I've changed my emails and send her. Honey, I ain't done nothing. The only thing I did was open a can of worms and sent her a Facebook, which I was in wrong. I'm in the wrong. Yes, I'm in the wrong. I should have just left it alone and just laughed about it like we've been doing for years. She's been doing this for years. Her first YouTube got hacked, shut down, because people was tired of listening her ramble about all the men she has been with and the things that she has done. It was horrible, leaving her kids behind, blah, blah. But you know, God does forgive. God does forgive. God's been good to me. Oh, he has been so good to me, y'all. I have my home. I have a brand new truck. I am still single, but I am seeing someone, and I don't make that public because it's really nobody's business. But I am seeing someone, and we are very happy. And now about him, my old ex-boyfriend. Okay, she's married to him, very happily married, and I'm very glad that they are very happily married. But let me tell you, y'all, he is a piece of shit. I'm sorry, but I cannot help the way I feel about this man. He's a piece of shit. Now, I'm sure in her eyes, he's the most wonderful thing that ever happened to her. And that's nice, that's beautiful, and I'm glad for them. But what he did to his mother is horrible, y'all. Horrible. His mother was a sweet. She loved me. I loved her. I think I lived in their home for about a year, and it was horrible. He would scream at her. HRS had been called on him several times, and no, not by me. It was by, I know one of the girls was his ex-girlfriend. I can't remember her name because he's had so many I can't remember. He was a bar hopper. Oh, and by the way, the girl that he's married to now is so funny because they knew each other in the bars. She tried to get him before, and he told me she was too tall and looked like a man because of her hair. But it's funny, but and it's okay because they did get together. He helped her because she undoubtedly she didn't have nothing. She lived in a little old storage thing. I mean, not a storage thing, but a little tiny house that she was slowly building on her daughter's property. But it wasn't getting nowhere. So and I have to admit, my old ex Reuben is a kind person. He is that way. He will help you, and he did. He helped her, and they fell in love and happy ever after. And I'm happy for both of them. But what I'm not happy about, and I'm going to tell you, what he did to his mother. He's a piece of shit. I have dated, a few men, and they never, ever treated me the way he treated me. He had no respect for me. He was on the phone all the time, talking to girls. He would hide messages from me. And, there's always two sides of the story. I know this, two sides of the story. My story is just out, and everybody's like, well, let's hear what he has to say. Yeah, I would love to hear what he would say. And maybe his wife will let him talk with her. That would be pretty awesome. So you need to get with him, Lisa, and see if y'all can get together and talk about how bad I was, how toxic I was, and how a narcissist I was. But you really don't know. You wasn't there. I'm telling you, you wasn't there. You don't know what happened. You don't know how many times he came home all messed up, on pills. He hides these things. Well, he hid it from me. He hid all the things from me. Maybe he's straightened out, he's married, and he's happy, and he doesn't do these things anymore. But he did with me. This is my story, what he did to me and his mother. He put his mom in a home because he got tired of taking care of her. He really did. He always told me she had dementia. She did not. She didn't. She went into the hospital and they told her she did not have it. And when they put her in the home, they told her she did not have it. But when he put her in a home, he called me and he told me, I'm putting my mom in a home. I want the house to myself. I want to be able to have, people come in and visit me, because he didn't do that when his mom was there. I stayed there and took care of his mom. Sweet lady. I took care of her. And he would come home, and his mom knew this. He knows when he was all messed up. I got pictures of him laying in the floor all messed up. Couldn't even walk. But anyway, the thing about him, as I'm going to say again, he's a piece of shit. And he's going to have to answer to God. Because he put his mother away so he could get her house, her insurance. He had nothing. All he was a painter. And he didn't even paint that much. It's really funny. He had nothing. He moved in with his mom. So he says so he could take care of his mom. His mom was doing okay. She was doing okay. He had no place to go. Mommy took care of him. Even when I moved in, his mother paid all the bills. All he had to do was go buy him a new truck. He always liked to go get a truck. Truck. And I'm sure he probably did this too. Sorry about my mess, y'all. But anyway, he was horrible. Now, it's going to reverse and say I was the horrible one, and I really don't care. I know what I did. I know what I said to him. He is a bar person, don't get me wrong. I love the bar. I love the bars, not just the bars. I love music. I have a lot of music friends. I play the tambourine, I back up, sing, and I just absolutely love it. I dance. I line dance. I ballroom dance. I do it all. My partner, like I said, had passed away, so I don't go out as much, and I miss him really bad. And really, really bad, y'all. But anyway, what he did to his mother is put her in a home to get the car. I mean, the home, the insurance, and he did. He got it all. And believe me, he went and blowed it. He did. He got the house. He got everything that he wanted. But it was horrible because when he put her in a home, and he called me, and I was crying, and yes, his mother was crying, wanted to see me. She wanted to see me. And he said, well, I'm going to try to get you in. My mom wants to see you. You need to see my mom. I said, Reuben, it's during COVID time. You put her in, and she's going to get COVID, and she's going to die. You put her in there for no reason. And she did. She passed away, y'all. And it was so sad. She passed away. And in my eyes, he killed her. Yes. Just for money in the house to get what he's got now. And that is very, very sad, y'all. Very sad. But anyway, his mother ended up passing away, and him calling me and telling me, and it's your fault because you put her in there during COVID time. And not only that, she was never on medicine. He did not believe in medicine. He believed in vitamins. So the whole time that he lived with her, she had vitamins. She had vitamins for her health. Can you believe that? Vitamins. Because he's a vitamin freak. But anyway, he killed his mom, and I hope he pays for it later. He has to answer to God. And that's sad. Now, I have a lot more to say, and I'm going to, in my next video, talk about how to keep your mouth shut when somebody talks bad about you, like she did me. Oh, and by the way, everything that she says about me comes from his mouth. She don't know me. She only knows me, what I said and what I did on her Facebook. Yes, I have said some things to her because she was horrible. She talks about people, how bad their exes was, how the stepson got raped, how she took her daughters here, left her daughters there. It's horrible. I think, she's a little off the chain, should I say? Because this is men after men after men after men, and it just goes on and on about her life, how she did this and that. It's not to learn from her mistakes. She made those mistakes, y'all. You have choices in life, and she made all them choices on her own. No, it's not God said I need to do this, God said I need to do that. No, it's your choice. You pray and ask God for help. God don't send you to the bad. He helps you. So, in this video, I just want you to know I'm not a bad person. You can call me narcissist, whatever you call me, toxic, gaslighting. I really don't care. God knows me, and He knows what I went through with her husband, because he doesn't tell her everything. It's all my fault. He doesn't tell her all the times that I caught him on the phone with women, and he would delete their numbers. I went to Publix off of Dunn's Avenue, Me and him, seriously, me and him went shopping. And we were shopping, and this girl came up and said, hey. And I said, hey. He said, I'm sorry I messaged your boyfriend this morning, but we all kind of missed him, and we wanted him to come have coffee with us. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. And so I went to him and I asked him. And he said, yeah, she did call. I said, when did she call? She said, oh, this morning she called and blah, blah, blah. I said, can I see the message? He deleted it because he didn't want me to see the messages. And that's not the first time of anything. There is girls after girls after girls. So what did I do? I left. I got tired of it. I left. I got tired of him disrespecting me. I got tired of it all. Go back and check my videos out about him and what he did to his mother. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will be back and maybe talk about how we can, like I said, keep our mouth shut when people say bad things about you. Yes, I admit that I have said some bad things to her because she runs her mouth about people. She was running about me. She was running her mouth about a friend of hers. I can't remember her name. One of the girls that her husband, Reuben, now was dating back then, you know. And, oh, her name was Amy, I believe. Yeah, Amy. And he talked shit about her and talked about other women. And he even talked about her, and he's happily married to her now. How tall and she looked like a boy. They went somewhere, they met somewhere a long time ago. They met somewhere to see if they liked each other, and because they're all in a group of, you know, friends. Like, that's how I met him, a group of friends. And I was warned to stay away from him, but I didn't. I was vulnerable. I'd just gotten out of a relationship, and he said all the right things to me, held my hand and told me he'd be there for me, and he loved me, and I guess I fell for him. And then we decided that I would move in, and I loved his mother. His mother was so sweet, y'all. Y'all would just love her to death. She's Puerto Rican, and he's Puerto Rican. And believe me, his mother was a little spitfire mother. She had let him know what was going on. She had let him know. But anyway, I'm getting off of here, y'all. I will make another video. Oh, look at my little necklace, y'all. Little kitty cat. Anyway, I'm going to do another video about some things. So y'all stay tuned. Go ahead and look at my YouTube and call me crazy. I don't care. I don't. I'm happy in my life. This girl, his wife says I'm loony and I'm this and that. I'm not, y'all, but you can call me that. I really don't care. Life is good for me. I'm happy. And let's go to my channel and subscribe, and I will let you know what's next, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. God bless.